This is probably the longest, biggest group of people collecting their passports that I've ever seen. What's up, guys? Today I am on my visa run and it looks a little empty, and there's a reason why that is. I went through a crazy different experience on one of these bus runs today, and if you stick around to the end of the video, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
So let me give you the lowdown on this bus trip. I've taken this probably 7 or 8 times now, and honestly, in my opinion, the hardest part of this whole trip is just waking up early enough to make sure that you don't miss the bus. But once you're on, it's smooth sailing. The bus is pretty fancy. You need to make sure that you plan for this to be a full day of travel though. We usually take off about 7 in the morning, and if everything goes smoothly, you're back roughly around maybe 9:30 at night. So don't expect to get back early or have any other plans for the whole day. But here's the thing, even though doing this bus run every 90 days sounds like a hassle, if you really think about it, that's only 4 days out of the entire year that you're actually doing a bus run so that you can stay here in Vietnam for a full year.
So guys, we're officially off, and it is a 7:04, so there we go. 7:04, I'll tell you guys at the end of this video. Stick around at exactly what time we arrived back and completed the whole bus visa run. So if you guys want to know exactly the time, we're keeping track as of now.
Any of you planning a trip to Da Nang in the next 60 days? Well, don't hesitate to book a 30-minute video consultation with me to settle in smoothly. During this call, I'll provide personalized advice and answer any of the questions you have about traveling or living in Da Nang. So don't hesitate. The link is in the description below. And obviously the first question you guys are going to ask me is, how much is it? Well, the total cost is about $150, and that covers everything. That's the Laos visa, the Vietnam e-visa, the transportation, and Lin Visa handling all the paperwork and all the craziness of doing a bus run for you.
Guys, we are just stepping off the bus at the first stop, and this is kind of a stretch your feet type of go to the bathroom, maybe get something to drink. We'll show you this place right here. This is a newer bus stop that's only been on a few of the bus routes or the bus visa runs that I've done. Most people are gonna come out here, have a little smoking break. They're gonna hang out. We're on bus number 8, so I need to remember that. So there is a little ticket that shows what buses you guys are on. And then this is a little tourist place. They're gonna have a bathroom. Let's not peek in there too much, especially the women's bathroom. But this is gonna be the men's bathroom. They're gonna have some nice clean stalls and a place to wash your hands. This is always cool. I never can figure out what this is. Treatment of sinusitis, itching, massage oil, rheumatoid arthritis, treating abdominal pain. So all these things over here are very interesting.
Now today was probably the biggest crowd that I've ever seen. Supposedly the rumor was there was 8 buses on this trip, which is way more than usual. Lately, it's been more like 3, maybe 4 buses. So yeah, it was busy, but everything still overall went good in the end.
So guys, I wanted to show you these cool chairs. Let me move this one real quick. These seats are pretty nice. I usually sit in the back over here, but someone got on before me, and I was kind of happy to get this single row. Sometimes you have some friends to chat with, sometimes you want to just be alone. Today is the day that I just wanted to relax. I did try to take a nap, but these are all the different settings. We'll show you guys real quick. This is the foot section. This is the reclining part. If you guys see, it goes back almost all the way to Dan's seat. And then they actually do have a heated button and a cooled button. And then they have this massage chair. So this massage chair will speak of the devil. There's Dan right there, always causing some problems right there. This guy is magically sitting behind me, so we have a long adventure, and Dan's only dragging it on a little bit longer. But like I said, this is the massage chair. It's more like a tightening of the seat. So there's all your features, and they do have this, kind of like on an airplane, they have the fold-out tray. So you can put a drink there, you can put your other stuff there, and let's get back on the road. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go.
Today was a very unique situation for two reasons. First, I believe I overheard them saying that we're going to take an alternative route because I believe the freeway was shut down or some kind of repairs. So either way, we had to make a detour, and that added, I would say, probably about an extra hour to the trip.
So guys, we just got off the bus. It looks like it's technically 1:02. So this is a little bit later than I normally get here. And that last stop, we've never done that before. So I'm actually learning this new, so this second little route I've never done before. Maybe it's new since the last ride, but everything else is the same. So we're gonna come over here. I think we're gonna wait for the group to meet up over here. Everybody's getting off the bus, and then we will go to the border and we will show them our passports so that they will allow us into the immigration side. And then you guys will start seeing the process. It sounds like a lot. It seems like a lot of work, but it's not at all. And hopefully at the end of this video, you guys will be confident enough to do this bus visa run by yourself.
Once we got to the border, the theme of the day became apparent, which is patience and waiting, and waiting, and waiting a little more. That's just how it goes here. You definitely need patience in Vietnam, especially on the bus border run.
So let's pick back up right here. This is literally the border from Vietnam to Laos. It's called the Lao-Bao border. And this is maybe maximum 10 minutes. 10-minute walking to the next immigration office, which is the Laos side. Let me just put this camera away. I never like to draw attention when up here, but as soon as we get our okay from the passport, basically they just make sure to see if we have our stamp, and then I'll pop back in. So I just did a long rant and I missed it all, but I'll recap it. I thought I was recording. Whoa, look at these guys over here. Some animals roaming around. But basically this walk is about 8 minutes. We've been about 5 minutes into it. We've seen some scooters coming up and down, and I answered the question of what if you can't walk, what if you're older? You could take the scooters, and I think they're 20,000 or 50,000, which is like under $2, and they'll drop you off at this place right here. Look at these guys. Never seen these guys out here. But I was just talking about how this is the hottest and the longest, come on. This is the longest visa run that I've done so far. And the reason behind it is we had to go a different route. Supposedly the expressway is being repaired or shut down. So we had to come the back way. It took about an extra, maybe an hour. So we got here late. We got here about 1:30, almost 2 o'clock. Usually we get here, I don't know, about 12 o'clock, but it's baking today. 92 degrees. Dan told me it's 92 degrees, but with the humidity, he said a little over 100. So let's go drop our passport off here. Where's my passport? So we're gonna go drop this off on the Laos side. This is probably the longest, biggest group of people collecting their passports that I've ever seen. So this has been an experience for sure, because this is definitely the slowest, the biggest, and the hottest visa bus run that I've been on so far. So we're almost at the last step. We're getting our exit stamp from Laos, and then we're gonna head back over to Vietnam side. So hopefully we will beat this heat very, very soon. So guys, I just finally got my passport back from the Laos side. It took forever. This is the first time I've ever had this experience. I waited, no joke, at least 2 hours just to get this stamp right here. 2 hours. Usually it takes 20 minutes to 30 minutes. It's about 4:20 right now, and I'm just getting back to the Vietnam side to finish up the last part of this. So let me fill you guys in just a second.
Real quick, guys, if you can do me a big favor, please go and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It does help the channel grow, and we are nearing the 15,000 subscriber mark. Back to the bus run.
Guys, I am beat. Luckily, this was the final step. This guy almost hit me. This was the final step on the visa run. Just came out. I have my new Vietnam 90-day single entry visa stamp. So all is good, but it is about 4:40 p.m., which is crazy. I think the latest I've ever left doing a visa run going back to Vietnam was about 3 o'clock, 3:15 or something. We're at least an hour and a half late. It's hot. It kind of makes it a little more tiring and kind of long and stressful when it's hot, when it's delayed. Supposedly we had 8 buses on this, like I mentioned earlier. So it did take a little bit longer. The Laos side was extremely slow. Normally it's about 30 minutes. This time it was, shoot, I want to say it was 2 hours, but I'm guessing it's probably closer to an hour and a half or something. Would I do it again? Yes, I'm probably gonna do this again. But I think our next visa run, not because of this one, but we already had plans to go to another country. If you wanna guess what country my next visa run will be in, go ahead and pop it in the comments. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And once again, happy travels.